Welcome back to the post-game show presented by the Maroon Club, enhancing 23 Division I sports. To join the Maroon Club today and our player of the game brought to you by Coca-Cola. Enjoy the Coke side of life. Well, Ashley Lutz got out of here just about as quickly as she came up big at the end of the ball game. So it's Diane Nolan, it is Emily Holman, and a very happy Dan Mowdy. Here he is.
Thanks, Gary. Everybody's beaming over on this side of the court, that's for sure. Diane Nolan, what a game plan. An evolving game plan. It seemed like you had so many changes in this one to try to keep the Quakers off base, which was necessary all the way down to the wire.
It was a classic chess match. You know, you're talking about two really tough teams, teams that are mirror images of each other and who are really playing their hearts out. I thought it was a well-played basketball game. Credit to Penn, they did a nice job. But our kids were really hung in there, found that really fortitude to come out with a victory. You know, they had to make tough shots, they had to make tough plays, and they did.
Absolutely. You know, this game started off like a track meet. It was unbelievable. Everybody expecting a defensive battle, and everybody was scoring all at once. Then it seemed to go into like a 7-minute drought of scoring. Coming out of the first half locker room, you were saying this is an evenly matched game, and now we're going to try to switch things up and go to the perimeter.
Yes, you know, we thought, you know, Emily was having such a day. We knew they were going to make an adjustment and probably collapse in the middle. So we thought we should be getting some more threes, some long twos. And I thought our players just really, you know, I thought our rebounding changed in the second half. I think that was a big key. You know, we were talking about perimeter rebounding, and I think we came up with some rebounds. We came up with some possessions when it was a loose ball, and we were able to corral it and then set us up again. And I really give our kids a lot of credit for really playing with their hearts.
Let's talk about Emily for a second. She was top of the Patriot League in scoring. She has proven that it's not just a scorer's game out there. She had the game-winning assist, basically.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Emily has worked so hard on her game this year. It's so great to see her rewarded. I mean, she just is really our heart and soul. Spends a lot of time in the gym. Really is taken upped her game to the next level, and it's just so nice to see it happen out on the floor.
Well, Diane, congratulations over a tremendous win against a very tough Ivy League team. Well done.
Yeah, it was a good one. It was a collective effort, that's for sure.
Excellent job. Diane Nolan, the head coach of the Lafayette Leopards. Let's call in our Coca-Cola player of the game for the second straight time, Emily Holman, getting the job done down low, Emily. And there were plenty of reinforcements that the Quakers went to. John Leone pointed out how many fouls you drew off those big girls before you had your first in the second half, which was a tremendous effort on defense.
Yeah, I mean, they have really good posts. They have a really good team overall. They got shooters, they got post players, and I was just trying to work with my other post player, Ashley Lutz, and just try to get each other open, and it worked out.
Excellent. You know, it seems like anybody at any time is going to get you the ball inside. Tell me about how that all works, no matter what the formation on offense is, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, our guards did a great job seeing me on the post, and obviously I don't even get the ball without them. So, I mean, they did a really good job. Obviously, they're a shooting threat, and that helps because they can't tag off them. So, without the guards, I mean, I can't do anything.
I'll tell you what, you had some great numbers here heading into the game. 17.6 points per game, 52.5% from the floor. You had led the Patriot League in scoring at one point in this early season. And then tonight, just lighting it up. 13 of 24 from the floor, 29 points in all, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, including the big one at the end there to Lutz, or to O'Hare rather. 1 steal, 2 blocks. Emily Holman, well deserving of our Coca-Cola player of the game honors. Great job.
Thank you.
All right, let's bring it back to Gary and John.
All right, Dan, thank you very much. Gives us an opportunity to give you the individual numbers before we get to the highlights of tonight's ball game. For Penn, they were led by Sydney Stepanovich with 13, and Kathleen Roach had 10 points in the ball game. Stepanovich led the team in rebounding with 7 of them. Their 57 points came on 23 field goals. They were 5 for 13 from beyond the arc and 6 for 9 from the free throw line, as they now go to 3-2, and their 3-game winning streak is stopped by Lafayette. For the Leopards, they were led, of course, by Emily Holman with 29 points in the game. She had 4 rebounds, but Ashley Lutz comes up with a career-high 11 points and a career-high 11 rebounds. That, in my book, is a double-double, and that's her first one of those also, as the Leopards shot 41% from the floor. Their 60 points came on 26 field goals. They were 3 for 13 from beyond the arc, but 5 for 11 from the free throw line, as they go to 4-2 and put 60 points up on Penn, and that's always a bit of a milestone when you can do that against such a good defensive team. So the Leopards go to 4-2, and we go to John Leone to take another look at the highlights of tonight's ball game.
Yeah, the happy highlights, Gary. Lafayette really played well. It was early on. It was Bush from the outside doing her damage. She had 3 in the first half, little step backs. Again, an adjustment made by Lafayette. They did not give her these kinds of looks in the second half. You got to credit Lafayette's defense as much as anything. Emily Holman really got going in the first half in all kinds of ways, Gary. Mid-range jump shots, taking it hard to the basket. There she's posting up on the low block, and a nice dish from Jamie O'Hare. And again, another dish from Peabody that time, a little half hook. So a whole array of different offensive moves by Emily Holman. And then Ashley Lutz. You know, really, Gary, what can you say about this young lady? Kind of flying under the radar. Only, you know, her shooting percentage is off the charts. Great job there by Peabody to get the loose ball and find Ashley Lutz under the basket. But every big play, right here, a little mid-range shot, that gave Lafayette a 3-point lead, and it was a big bucket. But down the stretch, Emily Holman, 29 points, Gary, and she was on fire. There was absolutely no answer she was going up against. The Ivy League Defensive Player of the Year, and Jamie O'Hare here. This was a big bucket right here off the miss by Holman. It bounces to O'Hare, and then the defensive play by Ashley Lutz down the stretch, and the rebound. Number 11 was a big one. Boy, Lafayette gets Penn gets a look right here. Little too short. It wasn't in the cards for the Quakers tonight, and Lafayette with a huge win. Gary, can I make one more point about Emily Holman? I'm looking along the stat line. She played all those minutes. She scored all those points. She had all those rebounds, all those touches. She had not one turnover. I mean, just a perfect game by Emily Holman.
She sure did play a great game, and she missed some foul shots. That probably was the only thing that she didn't do absolutely perfectly tonight. Well, the Leopards are going to have to do it on the road. They're now 3-0 at home, but they'll take on St. Francis of Brooklyn, Seton Hall, and Stony Brook before returning home on the 21st of December against NJIT. We'll return home with them, as we'll be back on at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. There you have it, a great win by Lafayette as they win this one tonight by a 60-57 score. My thanks to Dan Mowdy, as usual, terrific job on the sideline, to John Leone, Rick Kehoe, who always pushes the right buttons, it seems, and the whole crew who did a marvelous job for tonight's basketball game. We thank all of you for spending time with us. We'll see you very shortly on the Lafayette Sports Network. For all of us, I'm Gary Laubach. Good night, everybody.